going to talk nutrition. We're just going to talk on-bike nutrition. And again, this is what I did. I'm not going to say you should do it or it's going to work for you, but I'm just going to go straight with what I did. On the bike, I use these little Enduro bites. I'd never heard of them before. My coach mentioned them to me, said he used them. There are 2 little cubes in here. Each one is 100 calories, which is nice. I used Clif sort of energy chews, the blocks. And then I use Roctane, a couple different flavors of Roctane powder. The way I managed my food, I started the race. I have a top tube bag. It's a magnet closure, not a zipper closure, so it's easier to get on, open and close while riding. And I had opened up these and I sort of lined that top tube bag with 2 Tupperware containers and sort of 1 Tupperware container that was open, had these in it, the other had these in it. I actually took these and I think I cut them in half. So now they're like 50 calorie bites versus 100 calorie bites. Just so you could take one, chew on it, and then a few minutes later, or 10 minutes later, do another. Gives your stomach time, not filling it with too much too quickly. And then I had figured out how many calories I wanted to consume in an hour, somewhere between 250 and 300. And so I packed the top 2 bag basing on what that first leg was going to take me time-wise to have more than enough calories to get me there, just in case something happened and I was slower. I wanted to make sure that I had extra calories. Always good to have a little extra. The Roctane mix was in my 2 bottles on my bike. And then I never use a bag, but I did use this Camelback. I think it's the Chase. Again, I don't know names sometimes. And in this bladder, I had just straight water, right? So I tried my best to sort of mix it all up throughout each segment, where sometimes a little straight water with a Clif block. Sometimes it was a Duro Bite with some water. Sometimes it was the Roctane out of a bottle with some water. You know, just mix it up so that it gives your stomach and your body the ability to sort of process that food. And I don't know, mentally it was easier for me to get a couple different flavors in there randomly versus the same thing over and over and over. The other thing, and we'll talk about what's in this bag later. I just wanted to go over the fact that I had one and I had water in it. I also made some homemade beef jerky. I love beef jerky. So you got sort of a chewy, savory, salty, and I had that with me, but I didn't really even start chewing on the beef jerky until after probably halfway type of thing. I was pretty happy with the Enduro Bites and the Clif blocks, and I think one of the things to mention now is I had a really good experience at the DK200, and I think most of that is based on just sort of dumb luck. If you believe in luck, I don't know. I didn't get any flat tires. Crazy. I didn't have any mechanicals. Crazy. My stomach stayed good the whole time. I ate the entire time. I might have spit one of these out somewhere near the end where I was just like, nah, I don't need another one of those. The heat didn't get to me to the point where I had to stop and sit in the shade. It was hot. Yeah, that's just guaranteed. It would have been a different day if I got just a flat tire, right? Mentally, sneaks into your head, time-wise, effort-wise, out in the sun, changing a tire. I say it's dumb luck. Yeah, I prepped for it. I picked a tire that I thought would work well, and we'll go over that later. I put brand new tires on the bike, brand new, never had seen a mile on them. New sealant, new tires before I shipped the bike out. Talk more about that as well. Talk about the whole bike in a minute or two, maybe. Yeah, it was. If I had stomach issues, could have been game changer, or if not, day ender type of thing. So I just got lucky. Yeah. So I think that covers the food. I mentioned previously, I paid for support, meaning I paid for the charitable organization to help support me. Again, they were awesome. And they have it at the 2 stations where you see them. They have, sandwiches and Fig Newtons and Coke and candy and they'll bring you stuff, and there's water, and so don't get too caught up if you're going to pay for that service. Don't get too caught up with bringing that type of stuff, unless you have a favorite. Like beef jerky is my favorite, and I like making it, so I did. Otherwise, worry just about your on-bike stuff. We'll talk about this more too when we talk about the drop bags, but I had opened the containers of a bunch of these products, put them in Ziploc bags in my drop bags, so that when I rolled into a station, I can quickly sort of see what I need to refill it, not be wasting time opening a bunch of packages, not creating more garbage, and that's it. Bottles, I had 2 extra bottles in each drop bag. And I did that simply because through watching different YouTube videos from other people that had done the race, you lose bottles out there. Dumb luck again, didn't lose a bottle. I saw plenty of bottles on the road, or on the gravel, the G road. So people were losing bottles. Again, dumb luck, didn't lose a bottle. I did, however, it was easy. My bottles were made, they had water in it, they were all good. I just swapped my old bottles out for new ones, and it was pretty quick, pretty easy, pretty painless. Again, wasn't really worried so much about my time, but I do like efficiency, so it worked out pretty well. All right, I think that's it for food. We'll talk more about like night before food, 2 days before food, how I eat, because that's a little different too, and how I get my brain wrapped around eating for this particular race. Spoiler alert, I fast most days, usually 20 hours fasted, 4-hour eating window type of thing every day. That leads to a lot of fasted workouts, which works to a certain degree, but once you get to a certain time point in on the bike time, you have to start sort of refueling. My body works well fasted, so that's just me. I'm not saying you should do it, I'm just saying it works well with me, so that's what I do. Yeah, I think that's it for that.